Welcome to the fascinating world of U.S. coin history. Today, we explore top 4 first coins: the 1979 Susan B. Anthony $1, a groundbreaking coin that honors a powerful symbol of women's rights and equality. As the first U.S. circulating coin to feature a real woman, this historic dollar reflects both America's social progress and an important experiment in modern coinage. Let's discover the story, design, and legacy behind this iconic $1 coin. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony $1 coin holds a very important place in United States numismatic history because it was the first U.S. circulating coin to feature a real woman other than allegorical figures like Liberty. This coin was introduced at a time when the U.S. government wanted to modernize its currency system and reduce dependence on paper dollar bills, which wear out quickly compared to coins. The coin honors Susan B. Anthony, a legendary American civil rights leader best known for her lifelong struggle for women's suffrage and equal rights. Choosing her portrait was both a historic and symbolic decision, reflecting changing social values in late 20th century America. The Philadelphia Mint, Mint mark, struck the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollars in large numbers. Interestingly, Philadelphia coins traditionally did not carry a mint mark before 1980, so even though it is commonly called 1979 most 1979 Philadelphia coins do not actually show a P on the coin. The absence of a mint mark itself identifies it as a Philadelphia issue. In 1979, the Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of these coins, making them widely available and not rare in normal circulated condition. The government expected this coin to be heavily used in daily transactions, especially in vending machines and public transportation systems. The design of the coin is one of its most talked about features. On the obverse front, sculptor Frank Gasparo, the U.S. Mint's chief engraver, created a realistic portrait of Susan B. Anthony based on historical photographs. Her stern and dignified expression reflects her strong personality and dedication to reform. Around her portrait are the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," along with the year 1979. On the reverse back, the coin reused the Apollo 11 moon landing design, originally seen on the Eisenhower dollar. It features an eagle landing on the moon, holding an olive branch, with Earth visible in the background, symbolizing peace and America's achievement in space exploration. Despite its historical importance, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar faced major public rejection. The biggest problem was its size and color, which were very similar to the quarter dollar. Many people confused it with a quarter, leading to frustration in everyday use. As a result, banks, retailers, and the general public were reluctant to adopt it. Even though millions were minted, large quantities sat unused in government vaults. This lack of acceptance ultimately caused the coin's production to stop after only a few years, making it one of the shortest-lived U.S. dollar coin series. From a collector's perspective, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar is usually not very valuable in circulated condition, often worth face value or slightly more. However, coins in uncirculated mint state condition can carry a modest premium. Particularly desirable are coins with sharp strikes, clean surfaces, and original mint luster. Proof versions were not made in Philadelphia, but collectors still seek high-grade business strikes. While it is not a get-rich-overnight coin, it is an essential piece for anyone building a complete modern U.S. coin collection. In conclusion, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony $1 coin is far more important historically than it is monetarily. It represents a bold experiment by the U.S. Mint, a tribute to a powerful American woman, and a lesson in how design and public perception can influence the success of a coin. Even today, it stands as a reminder of Susan B. Anthony's legacy and a key chapter in modern American coinage history. Next up, the Susan B. Anthony $1 coin was introduced by the United States Mint in 1979 and continued until 1981, with a brief revival in 1999. It holds a very special place in American numismatic history because it was the first U.S. circulating coin to feature a real woman rather than a symbolic figure like Lady Liberty. The woman honored on this coin, Susan B. Anthony, was a famous civil rights leader best known for her lifelong fight for women's suffrage and equal rights in the United States. By placing her portrait on a circulating coin, the U.S. government aimed to recognize her historic contribution and promote awareness of women's rights. The 1980 piece Susan B. Anthony dollar was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is identified by the P mint mark located just above the date on the obverse front of the coin. In 1980, the Philadelphia Mint produced a very large number of these coins, over 27 million pieces, making it one of the more common issues in the Susan B. Anthony dollar series. These coins were intended for everyday use, especially in vending machines, public transportation, and government facilities, as the government hoped to reduce reliance on paper dollar bills. The design of the coin is rich in symbolism. On the obverse, the coin features a stern and realistic portrait of Susan B. Anthony, designed by chief engraver Frank Gasparo. The word liberty appears at the top. In God We Trust is placed to the right of her portrait, and the year 1980 is shown at the bottom. Unlike earlier U.S. coins that portrayed liberty as an idealized woman, this coin intentionally showed Susan B. Anthony as she appeared in real life, emphasizing honesty and historical accuracy. The reverse side of the 1980 piece Susan B. Anthony dollar carries a powerful national image, an eagle landing on the moon, holding an olive branch. This design was originally used on the reverse of the Apollo 11 commemorative medal and symbolizes both peace and America's historic achievement of landing humans on the moon in 1969. Surrounding the eagle are the words, United States of America, and $1. This reverse design connects human progress, science, and national pride with the idea of peace. Despite its historical importance, the Susan B. Anthony dollar faced significant problems in circulation. Its size and color were very similar to the quarter, which caused widespread confusion among the public. Many people accidentally spent or received the coin thinking it was a quarter, leading to frustration. Because of this, the coin was not well accepted, and large numbers of 1980 piece Susan B. Anthony dollars remained unused in government storage for many years. In terms of metal composition, the 1980 piece Susan B. Anthony dollar is made of a copper-nickel clad composition, consisting of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, with a pure copper core. It weighs 8.1 grams and has a diameter of 26.5. These specifications were chosen to make the coin durable and suitable for heavy circulation, especially in machines. From a collector's perspective, the 1980 piece Susan B. Anthony dollar is generally not rare, especially in circulated condition. Most circulated examples are worth face value or slightly above. However, uncirculated coins, especially those graded MS65 or higher, can be worth more to collectors. Additionally, proof versions were made at the San Francisco Mint, but those carry an S mint mark, not P. Today, the 1980 piece Susan B. Anthony dollar is appreciated more for its historical and educational value than for high monetary worth. It represents a major step in recognizing women on U.S. currency and reflects an important experiment in modern American coinage. While it may not make someone rich overnight, it remains a meaningful and symbolic coin that tells the story of social change, innovation, and the challenges of introducing new money into everyday life. Next up, the Susan B. Anthony $1 coin was introduced by the United States Mint in 1979 as part of an effort to modernize American coinage and reduce dependence on paper dollar bills. Rising production costs of paper currency during the 1970s pushed the U.S. government to look for a long-lasting alternative, and a small, convenient dollar coin seemed like the perfect solution. This coin was especially historic because it became the first U.S. coin to feature a real woman, honoring Susan B. Anthony, a powerful leader of the women's suffrage movement who fought tirelessly for women's right to vote. Her portrait symbolized equality, progress, and social reform, making the coin culturally significant beyond its monetary value. The 1979 D Mint mark indicates that the coin was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the major U.S. mint facilities. Millions of these coins were struck in Denver, making the 1979 D version one of the most common Susan B. Anthony dollars. Despite its large production numbers, the coin holds an important place in U.S. history because it represents the beginning of a new era in coin design and gender representation. The coin is composed of a copper core clad with outer layers of copper nickel, giving it a silvery appearance while keeping production costs low. It has a diameter of 26.5 and weighs 8.1 grams, making it smaller than previous dollar coins. On the obverse front of the coin, Susan B. Anthony's portrait faces right, surrounded by the words Liberty and the date 1979, along with the motto, In God We Trust. The design was created by Frank Gasparo, who was the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. While the portrait was meant to honor Anthony's legacy, it received mixed public reactions. Many Americans felt the coin's size and color were too similar to the quarter, which led to confusion in everyday transactions. This design issue became one of the main reasons the coin failed to gain popularity in circulation. The reverse back of the 1979 D Susan B. Anthony dollar features an eagle landing on the moon, inspired by the Apollo 11 moon landing, one of America's greatest achievements. This design was originally used on the Eisenhower dollar and was reused to symbolize national pride, technological advancement, and exploration. Surrounding the eagle are 13 stars, representing the original 13 colonies, and the inscriptions, United States of America, and $1. The combination of honoring both a civil rights icon and a scientific triumph made the coin deeply symbolic. Despite high hopes, the Susan B. Anthony dollar was not well accepted by the public. Its similarity to the quarter caused frequent mistakes, leading to frustration among consumers and businesses. As a result, the coin saw limited circulation and production was stopped after 1981, with a brief return in 1999 due to renewed demand for dollar coins. However, the 1979 D Mint mark remains historically important as part of the very first year of issue, marking the U.S. Mint's attempt to change how Americans used money. In today's collector's market, the 1979 D Susan B. Anthony dollar is generally not extremely valuable due to its high mintage, but its value depends heavily on condition. Circulated coins are usually worth face value or slightly more, while uncirculated or mint-state examples can sell for higher prices. Coins with sharp details, original luster, and no wear are especially desirable to collectors. Although it may not make someone rich overnight, this coin carries strong historical and educational value, especially for those interested in U.S. history, women's rights, and modern coinage evolution.